Alright guys, well I'm back today to do a quick video on one of the best in the waistband holsters for the Glock 19 that I've ever used. Bravo Concealment makes some incredibly nice holsters at a very high value price, fitting into the model of the channel perfectly. Budget and high value guns and accessories that actually work. You can spend upwards of $80 to $100 on an inside the waistband holster, but none are going to compare to the Bravo Concealment. I've actually been using their in the waistband Generation 2 holster for a very long time for the Glock 19, and before Bravo Concealment, I would never dream of carrying, concealed anyways, a Glock 19. It just never felt comfortable to me, and I believe that was because I was using incorrect holsters. I tried a ton of them, and honestly tried some $100 holsters, and nothing felt right. It always felt like it was digging into my hip or completely obvious that I was carrying a Glock 19, and I'm from the South, so I don't get to wear winter coats and large hoodies all the time. And in fact, when I do wear those, I like to take them off when I get inside a restaurant or wherever I'm going and actually just wear a t-shirt. So I found it really difficult, again, to conceal that Glock 19 until I discovered the Gen 2 of the Bravo Concealment holster. Well, this is actually the Torsion model Gen 3. They've made some improvements, and overall, I can absolutely say this is the perfect in the waistband concealed holster that I've ever tried for the Glock 19. Let's start off with the compatibility. I believe this is going to be for Gen 3 all the way up through Gen 5. They make a ton of different options, not just for the Glock 19, but for a lot of different Glock models, and I'm going to look into a few other models that I may try. I've already tried the Shield and a few other ones in the Generation 2, but the Generation 3 seems to have a lot of improvements that I really like. So let's start talking about the differences between the Gen 1 and Gen 2. I believe the material is slightly different. The Generation 3 material doesn't look like necessarily Kydex. Some type of thermoformed, maybe ABS, something a slightly different plastic, but it's actually a lot smoother in my opinion. To pull the gun in and out of the holster just feels a little bit smoother than that traditional Kydex. Now, again, I'm not a material scientist and I didn't ask them what material they're using, but it does feel like a lot smoother. It also feels smoother against your body, so overall very comfortable. Also, you can see the lines are clearly defined in something like this, and they've got all the specific cutouts for every little piece and part on your Glock 19 to make it just fit smoothly, and that's the other thing I want to talk about. The way this inserts is incredibly smooth, and then it has a positive detent and it locks in there pretty good. Now, if you don't like the retention, this is one of the biggest updates in the Generation 3 Torsion holsters, is this set screw right here. And that actually adjusts the tension of the holster onto the Glock, and I feel like it does a really good job. I actually have this pretty loose because been carrying this in actually sweatpants and sweat shorts, and I've never ever been able to carry a gun this size because either the retention's too much and you practically yank the pants off you when you go draw your gun, or everything weighs down and just falls down awkwardly. But this actually works, and I'm really shocked to say that this works with sweatpants or sweat shorts for me anyways. You know, as long as they've got the string to tighten them down, you can loosen up the tension to actually draw and holster comfortably, and this actually distributes the weight good enough to where it's not pulling your pants down when you walk. So that's pretty insane to me that I can now carry my Glock 19 in sweatpants or sweat shorts. Also, you can see the almost infinite adjustability because these are actual slots, and they have multiple slots that are held on with 2 screws. You can see the adjustability on the back. So overall, just an incredibly nice setup for an in the waistband holster. I want to show you guys a different Glock. This one is actually an Alpha Shooting Sports slide. I get a lot of questions about this, with a Hollow Sun micro red dot on top. If you guys are looking for a good slide and red dot combination, check out Alpha Shooting Sports, and they put the RMR cut in, and the Hollow Sun actually allows you to use that RMR cut with no changes whatsoever. So even with this aggressive texturing on the front and slightly different slide contour, this fits right in, and you can see that it perfectly covers the trigger guard. And it also allows you to have an RMR. Now, what you're going to have to worry about with some extended barrels with thread protectors, they may not fit at the bottom. They do have a larger cutout if you do have an extended barrel. And this will probably not work for the Gen 1 and Gen 2. So something to consider. And this also doesn't work for P80 frames. They really, though, have it custom tailored to this Glock 19, Gen 3, and Gen 4. I mean, it just fits perfectly. So right now, I believe these run about $50, but I think they're on sale for about $43. And I think I saw a sign on their website that says free shipping on all orders. Now, they did send this over to the channel, so I greatly appreciate them sending it out for me to try out. And honestly, after trying out all their other stuff, I could not say no to this holster. And it has I didn't know how they could improve it, but it just went above and beyond their Generation 2 because of that tensioning screw and overall fit and finish. Something like this is a perfect holster, and you only have to spend $43 in free shipping. They also have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so if you don't like it, you can just send it back, which is awesome. And they also have a lifetime warranty, so if it gets damaged or broken, they're going to refund your money, and they're going to make it right, or they're going to send you a new holster. So I absolutely love Bravo Concealment because they stand behind their products and they make some really good stuff. I don't get a cut of any of this. They're not paying me to do this review, but they were nice enough to send it over, and I'm glad they did because I'm going to be carrying the Glock 19 even more than I already was, and hopefully I can try out a few more of their new 3.0 series as they come out with different firearms. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.